Since its inception, the Marathon LPGA Classic has helped more than 190 charities, raising over $12 million. BCSN's Jason Ozenbaugh introduces us to one of this year's benefiting charities, On Target Outfitters.
So we started On Target in 2008 over in Youngstown, Ohio. That was where our first location was. And that has grown to a point where it's thriving independently. We have about 800 kids a year going through that location. And then in 2019, we started the Findlay chapter. And in year two, we already have 300 kids plus for this summer. So it's taken off really well. We have plans to put up a building in this next year so we can do year-round programs. But it's taken off, it's thriving.
Yes, I think I got it.
Well, we love getting kids out in nature, teach them outdoor skills, pass on the heritage of the outdoors. We are a faith-based ministry, and so one of the things that's most important to us is letting kids, being in creation, really come to understand who the Creator is and how God's created them and how He has a special plan for them. So that's a large part of what we weave into all of our messages while kids are out here, and we're seeing lives change, not only with the kids, but families as a whole coming out here and enjoying God's great outdoors together. So one of the camps that we offer this summer, it's called Worst Case Scenario. We joke that every day is a bad day at camp. Today it was a plane crash, and so the students in that camp, they survived the plane crash with limited supplies, and so they have to figure out how to survive. So we talk about the important threes, the fact that within 3 hours they have to have shelter and fire, within 3 days they need to have water, within 3 weeks they need food. So today we're focusing on the shelters and the fires and teaching them some skills as they go, but giving them opportunity to do teamwork and to build a shelter together. And it's fun to get the kids away from their electronics, get them out here in nature, let them do some creative thinking with friends, and it's just fun to watch. You know, I think this last year, during COVID, people realized how important it is for people to be outside, for kids to be outside. They were inundated with so much screen time last year that even the kids are excited to have a break and to be outside. And even with this shelter building, I mean, kids just don't go out and play in the woods like they used to. But they come out here, they get to do that. They get to do things that they probably have seen on TV but just never get to try. I mean, throwing tomahawks and catching fish. It gets them out in creation. It gets them out in nature, and there's something healthy about young people being out in nature. For us, this is just a tremendous blessing. To have two chapters of our organization, we've been able to kind of limp by sharing equipment, but the two locations are 3 hours apart, and so it's just not efficient. And when Marathon came alongside us and said they wanted to help us through the Classic with a grant, that's going to provide us the equipment to really make this an independent chapter, and for us to go from 300 kids this year to 600 kids next year. So for us, it is just a tremendous blessing to have the partnership with Marathon Classic.